Hello there, it's the Honest Fake O. Hello, hope you're doing well. My name's Emily Payne, and I'm a sex worker, and that's what this channel and these videos are about. Let's just talk and think about sex work and all the aspects of. Now today's video should be really interesting. It's a video that a friend suggested yesterday that I do. And I thought, oh yes, I think that would be really interesting because it's not something I'd ever really thought of before. For all the years I've been in sex work, it had never really crossed my mind, but it's kind of the first thing that she kind of thought of when she thought of sex workers for a personal reason. So I've just seen a couple of clients today. I've got my summer dress on, my escort and summer dress, because the sun's come out in Great Britain today, and it probably won't last long. Well, hopefully it won't. I'm not a hot weather person. I don't like the heat. I don't do well. I just wait for the autumn to come around. Anyway, that's not the point. So I've just seen a couple of clients. Nice fellas. Seen one of them before. One I'd seen 18 years ago. He said, I've been wanting to see you ever since. I thought, 18 years? You're dawdling. No sense of urgency about you. I've done a couple of video calls, and apparently over that 18 years, they pay for so much, and you do a video call with them, and do a striptease or whatever you get up to, whatever they ask for. But then the other one, the first one, both nice fellas, easy to get along with, no issues there. Very polite in their communication and everything, spot on. The first one was about, I don't know, mid-30s. This second one was probably late 60s. Now, both of them, and this is the subject of today's video, both of them were married. The older man, the second client, his wife had taken the kids, the grown-up kids and the grandkids, off to Spain. It's the kids' school holidays next week, so they'd gone off to Spain for 4 or 5 days, and he obviously took, as quite a lot of them do, take the first opportunity that they've got the house to themselves to see a sex worker. Now that is fairly common, right? Believe you me. And the first fella had a wife. He didn't say much about her, but he had a wedding ring on, and he was married. Now, so this video is about something that hadn't really crossed my mind, that a lot of women really hate really sort of don't like sex workers, and say like the women on OnlyFans, women in porn, they're not sympathetic towards them. They just hate them because they see them as a threat to their relationship, as if they have stolen their man from them. They've stolen the man's attention that should be theirs. Now, my friend, who I have just helped, unfortunately, I've had to help her into sex work because she was left by a partner. And I have her permission. She's very anonymous about doing the job. She has to be. Otherwise there'd be dire consequences for her. But she had absolutely no choice. She needed a lot of money coming in. This partner has devastated her life, basically left her with a very young toddler to look after. So she was totally financially dependent on him because of that. So she can't go back to her. She had a pretty good job. She can't go back to that type of work. She has to look after this toddler now. She can get childminding, enough time in the week to do sex work in that time. So I've been helping her. I've mentioned her before. I've been sort of helping her out of some of the pitfalls that when you first start in the job. Anyway, she was saying yesterday how she's totally now that she is a sex worker. And that was a very hard decision for her. But she had absolutely no choice. Financially, she needed a lot of money now. But she was saying how she feels totally different now about sex workers. She had a hostility towards sex workers, and the last 2 partners have cheated on her. I think they're definitely the last one with sex workers, but with other women as well, just kind of serial cheats. And they watched porn and OnlyFans, and were sort of buying content off OnlyFans or whatever you do on OnlyFans. I've never been on it. And she very much projected that hate and anger onto these women. And it was quite a revelation when she said it, because I've never had a relationship like a loving, serious relationship where I would be bothered if anybody cheated on us. I've just had sort of flings and friends with benefits, that kind of thing. So it wouldn't care if they cheated on us. It wouldn't even be cheating. They've just been like open sort of things. But she said no, she knows a lot of women, a lot of her friends feel the same. They are hostile towards the sex worker. And I just thought, what? If I did have a partner and he cheated, I wouldn't I'm not saying the woman that he cheated with would be my best mate, but I wouldn't really think about her. He is the one who is committed to me. He is the one who has the responsibility of not hurting me and being committed to that relationship, not her. That's how instantly I would feel about it. I know. And she said no, because you don't, then you then have to, if you're doubting him, you're angry with him, you sort of like doubt the whole relationship then, and doubt everything you've ever done with them, ever said, how to go back to right when you met. It's easier. It's like it's easier to blame her, because then you have to look too hard and think too hard about the relationship and about this man that you are in love with. What the hell is he doing? Has he ever felt the same as everything he said, or a lie? Anyway, this is how she put it. And I thought, this is really interesting. I'm going to do a video about this, because now I can't speak for all sex workers. I say that all the time. But I've been a sex worker for 18 years. I've known a lot of sex workers. We don't want your husband, right? I'd say, like I said, I think 80% of clients are in a relationship, right? Girlfriend, wife. Whether that they've been with them for 6 months or 50 years, 80% of them. And I know a lot of them don't just see me. It's not a one-off. They regularly see sex workers, So that's the score. So I thought, actually, if that's the case, then I've never thought of this. But I've always known that is the percentage. So therefore, there's a hell of a lot. So therefore, there's 80% of women who are being cheated on or have been cheated on with a sex worker. And I think I want to involve things like the women in porn or women on OnlyFans as well, because OnlyFans is so big now. That must be massively popular with men who happen to be in relationships as well. And okay, they're not physically having sex with those women, but I'd equate it as the same kind of infidelity, or I think women would feel similar to in those two circumstances. I don't want your partner. I'm not this. I didn't get into sex work for the sex. I had to consider that I'd have to have sex with random men. In my head, I had to really think through, would I be able to do that? But I didn't get into it because of it. I got into it despite of the sex. If I could do anything else for the same type of money and freedom that I have in this job, in the fact that I can come and go from this job, I can work it round other things, I can work loads for a week and then have a week off, I can do what I want. It's guaranteed money and it's guaranteed financial security as well. It's nothing to do with the sex. I endure the sex, I put up with it, I put a smile on my face, I make all the right noises with your husband and your boyfriend. All I'm thinking is, hurry up and come, and hopefully you'll just go, or I can get my dress back on and go, whilst making it look like I'm not thinking that, right? That's the job in a nutshell. They pay me to pretend to want to have sex with them for half an hour, whatever, right? That is the score spelled out honestly, right? And like I said, I'm not speaking for all sex workers, but I've known a lot of sex workers. We're not trying to steal your husbands or your boyfriends. They're money in the bank, and we are not forcing them. Your partner has had to go through the listings of all the sex workers, pick one, phone her, text her, whatever, make the booking, go and get in the car and go and see her or whatever, or she comes to him, and he's got to get hard, he's got to stick his dick in her, he's got to go through the whole thing. Nobody is forcing him. He can stop at any moment, right? And I know a lot of clients who, a lot of them, the wife is just her or she, or they kind of gloss over their partner, but a lot of them, I've got a client whose partner just had his baby, and he's spending the family fortune on prostitutes, because I know for a fact he's seen both me and this friend of mine. So he'll be seeing other sex workers as well. Spending the family money on that instead of nappies. She's constantly referred to as the dragon. And the thing that they do is as well, a lot of these men, when they book, they'll laugh. They'll say, "Oh well, I've got a few days to myself in the house while she's away," and they're waiting for you to join in and have a laugh with them. I don't laugh. I don't find it funny. I don't find cheating on your partner funny. I follow a really strict moral code in my life. I would never cheat on anybody. Never in a million years. I'd end it with them and be single, or end it with them and start seeing somebody else. I wouldn't do it in a million years. I think it's a despicable thing to do. And they expect you to laugh along. I don't. I just wait for them to stop laughing and then ask them when, where, and how long they want. Loads of them do that. I just sort of want to make this. All these sex workers that I've known feel the same. The man is seeking these women out. We're not tempting him. We're not forcing him. We're not enticing him. Obviously, we want business because we want money. For whatever reason, I got into sex work, and I'll do more videos on this. I got into sex work because I didn't know what else to do. I'd had a million jobs. I was always broke. It was a big decision to get into sex work. I've come and go from it because I do find it very stressful. It's a head F-U-C-K. I don't like swearing, so it is. And there's so many negative things about it. But there's always positives that draw me back. I'm not interested in your husband or your boyfriend, and I don't force anybody to book us. This friend that I've got, like I say, she's got into it through dire circumstances. She wasn't interested. She's not interested in taking your husband or your boyfriend. She hasn't gone and forced him to pay her money to have sex with her. She hasn't forced him to get an erection. He's done that all by himself. And I know this across the board. Sex workers don't get into it as like a big laugh and to steal women's husbands. Like I say, I know there's individual circumstances that are always different. I can't literally talk about every single circumstance in this video. But it's just, it's a video I wanted to make because I didn't see that point of view at all. And in these videos, in this whole project that I'm trying to do here with YouTube and different things that I'm doing, is to explain sex work to people and make them see it realistically as it really is. But also to learn myself and work through some things myself. I realize I'm now doing with this project, and I just thought that was a really interesting subject that I'd really never thought of. So I hope that you found that interesting from a sex worker's point of view, and hope you have a lovely rest of day. Goodbye.